You're welcome, guys. I want to show you how you can make a simple Etibor shirt for a boy of 4 years or above, like what you're seeing here on the picture. Something simple like this. This is Etibor. A little child can wear it, an adult can wear it. Very simple. I want to show you how you can cut and sew such. Just keep on watching so that at the end of the day, you'll be able to make for your client or for your boy, something like this. You will like it. Just watch. Go now. So the first thing you need to do is to make sure that your material is well ironed. You give it a proper iron so that there won't be any rumple, you won't make any mistake while you are cutting. So the first thing we do is to determine the length of your material. Hope you're seeing it. You determine the length of your material, and in this measurement we'll be using length of 20 23. The length is going to be 23. You can see it. The length is going to be 23. Yeah, the length is 23, and you mark 23 is here. And the width is going to, the chest measurement is, we're using 30, and 30 divided by 4 will give you 7.5. 7.5, but I'm going to add 1 inches for sewing allowance. Hope you understand. There's a need of giving a little gap so that it will not be too tight. Assuming if your client has a little plumpy, it will also be, there will be ease on the sewing. So I'm giving 8 and to quarter there just to make it a little bit ease. All right, so I want to cut it out. That is the first part. That is the front part of it. As you are cutting, you make sure that you don't shake your hand. Make sure that you cut exactly the size so that you won't make any error in your cutting. So now I want to do the same in cutting the back. So you do the same thing and make sure that it's properly ironed. Make no mistake about it. There's something that you need to observe. The back is usually longer than the front panel. Do you understand? Yes. It's the essence of making it longer is for the turning as well as the bending at the back. You know that human shoulder is not straight. So because of the bending, you're going to add allowance. And so I'm going to make it, give it like, it's going to have like a 4 inches longer. This is the front panel that we just cut, which is 23. So I'm going to add 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 inches will be giving you something like a 27. You can see it, right? 27. So now I have cut the front panel and the back panel. So what's the next thing? You can see the gap. You can see that there is gap here. It's not equal. So the down one is the back, while the front one, the one on top, is the front panel. So what else will you need to do is to slant the shoulder. Since it's just a boy, the shoulder slanting, you need to slant. Remember, I am the covered area. The covered area is facing me. It's facing. Look at the open side. So whenever you are cutting, you make sure that the area that is covered is facing you so that you don't make mistake of slanting it through the closed side. That would be an error. Noted that. Okay, so now we want to slant the shoulder. We want to slant the shoulder. So what do? The shoulder slanting, since it's just a boy, the shoulder slanting will be, hope you're seeing me. Okay, make sure that you're seeing what I'm doing. So you are slanting from here. So I'm going to use two. I'm using 2 inches to slant the shoulder by 2 inches. So hope you're seeing it from here, just 2 inches. And what do you do? And once you've done that, you rule it. You rule it this way. You can use your ruler, but because I can actually do that perfectly with my hand, so I don't need a ruler. So you slant. You can see that now. Because so what do you need to do? You drag it back. So that will enable you now to cut. Will enable you to cut the neck. So what else will you need to do is to make sure that you bend the SS. See what I'm doing? The SS, the slanted area. Look at the SS here, the one that is longer. That is the back panel. You will turn it like 2 inches. I mean, half inches on top of the front panel. As it. If your iron is closer, you iron it. You iron it. Hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Yes, it will help it to relax. It won't give you issue while you are trying to make your cutting. That is easy. You can see now. Hope you can see now. So please now, okay, we have succeeded in turning the neck and I have ironed it. For clarity, to get the shape like this, if you are, for those who are just a beginning, it is you get to get the chest measurement. To enable you get the chest measurement is to divide it by 4. If you divide the chest measurement by 4, what it gives you, you fold your material into 2. Now, how do you get your shoulder measurement? It is what you get, the total number of your shoulder measurement, you divide it by 2. Remember, shoulder measurement divide by 2. What you get is what you apply there. You can add. Now, to get the body, you divide the chest measurement by 4. You apply 1. Remember, you fold your material into 2. At this point, we are going to want to apply our shoulder measurement. This shoulder is actually 12. The shoulder is 12, and I'm going to add 1 inches to it to enable fixing the hand. So now the shoulder measurement divided by 2, that is 6. We're going to have 6. And so I will add 1 inches. So you can see it. What I'm having here is I've added a 1 inches for the sewing allowance. All right. So how do you get the chest? The shoulder measurement. We now want to put the armhole. The armhole. So the same size of the chest measurement is still what you can use as your armhole. So we're using 7 here because it's just a boy. So we're using 7 to cut. All right. So we want to. After doing that, you can make a line. You be careful the kind of chalk you're using. This is just a marker for this tutorial, and that's why I'm using this. So just be careful, because if you're using white material, if you're not careful, you're going to stain the material and it won't be able to grow. But I'm sure that this is going to be washed off. So I'm going to use this. So you draw it down. Draw it down. So now I want to cut the neck side. So the neck we have 14 here. We have 14. So how do you get the perfect neck size when cutting? You can use 6 to divide it. When you use 6 to divide the whole number, whether adult or a child, use 6 and divide it, you get the perfect neck measurement. And so my neck here is 14. So I'm using 6 to divide it. You'll be having like 4.3 is what you are going to have. So I am putting, you also put consideration for the turning. So if you you reduce the number you have so that it when you now put the face in, it will not make the face the neck to be too wide. You put that into consideration. So you can, instead of putting uh, 2 inches, instead of putting 2 and 3/4 inches, you just put 2 inches. So having done that, we now cut. You can see. So we now cut the shoulder. You can see the beauty is coming out. You can see. So usually it is sometimes there is a folding at the end. You come in at the middle of the armhole. You just come in by 1 inches. Just 1 inches will be enough, so that you make a little slant. 1 inches here is okay. Do you know the essence of that? So that this folding at the armhole, some persons after sewing, you see that there will be folding at the armhole. When you do this, come in a little and you trim it off. It eliminates that folding at the arm side. So I'm going to also trim it off. I'm going to trim it off. All right, so what else? You can also, some persons may decide to leave this side, leave it, but usually it's good to give a little shape at the middle of it. You can do a little slanting just for the giving it a shape. Yeah, it makes your work beautiful. You know, some persons thought that it's only women that give shape to their clothes. No, we can also give shape to men clothes. It gives its fitting. Okay, what else can we do? Notice the way I'm going to as well cut the downside of it. Yes, this downside, I'm going to give it a little design to make it look cool. You know, so how do you achieve that? You just come in by one, 1.5, just to make it a, you slant it. It's slanting. You see, not even so, it's the shape is coming out. It's beautiful. So this is done. What else do you need to do? Is to we are we are going to we're doing it a short sleeve. It's going to be a short sleeve. So we need to. All right, guys. I want to cut the sleeve. I want to cut the sleeve. You look at it. The sleeve length is this sleeve length is 7, but I just added 1 inch, 1 inch just for sewing allowance. So now to cut it, the width is 10. I'm cutting the two at once. It's inside. I'm cutting the two at once. So the width is 10. So divide by 2 is 5. So I will not cut exact 5. I'm going to cut it at 5.5. I'm going to make it, where's my chalk? Okay. I'm going to cut it at 5.5 so that there will be a sewing allowance. Okay, so now what do? We cut it. Some persons usually cut it, but that's not the best. You slant it. I hope you can see. You slant it, make it as if you are making a V cut. And while you get to this place, it's like C. You give it so you can see what I'm doing now. As you get to this place, you can watch it very closely. For if you cannot do it directly with your hand, you can use your chalk. Do it as if you are drawing a X. X. You can see. Can you see? So if you cannot do it with your hand, you can use a chalk to enable you get it perfectly. By the time you follow this pattern, you'll be able to get it perfectly. Can you see it? Can you see it? I've been able to cut the, you can see it. Can you see it? That's the end. So this folded side, you'll be able to fold it inside. By the time you finish it, your work will be beautiful. All right, what else do we need? Remember, we are making Etibor. So there is this center area, this center place. Used to, that is the placket. The placket is not like the regular placket on Senator. No, it used to be very wide. It used to be wide. So since it's a child, I am making it for the size is going to be like 5 to 6, 5 to 6 inches, 5 to 6 inches. Remember, you're going to fold it. And how can you determine the size you make the wideness? Use from one nipple to another point, from one of the nipple points to the other one, you will get the size, exact size. Because if it's too bogus, it will not be fine. So you need to be exact so that the beauty will be there. Remember, you will not, there will also be a cover at the ending part of it. So you will measure, get this length that you want, where you want it to stop. And remember, there will be a design at the ending part. When I get there, I'm going to show you. So now I want to cut the placket. The placket is going to be a little bit bigger. So you can see now, I've gotten it. So what do I need to do now? I need to put my cloth gum. I'm going to add it, put it a gum, after which I'm going to iron the side of it. So when I'm done with that, I will let you know. So I'm going to put my cloth gum on it. Either if you have a cloth gum or whichever one you have, you put it and to make it a bit thicker. So when, by the time you finish, you give it a proper ironing by the edge. Fold it. You fold it by the side. And this is one of it. It's usually two. You have to be two. One the other side, one the other side. And the normal placket will be at the center of it. Now, what else do I need to? The next thing you cut is the, okay, we are trying to economize the material we have here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to cover the ending part of it. So by the time we get there, we'll show you. So please, if you are new in UJ design, please, you can subscribe to our channel and as well give us a thumbs up if what we are doing is appealing to you. Give us a thumbs up and a share. We now want to cut the remaining part of the material. Okay, guys, so like I said, I have cut the remaining part of it. So the next thing you need to do is to put your gum stay so that it makes the front panel, it makes the placket thicker. And you gum it, you can see it. I want to use my iron and make it thicker. Make sure that you are putting the wrong side. Your gum stay is going to be on the wrong side. You can mark the wrong side so that you don't make mistake of putting the gum stay on the right side. So you make sure that you're putting on the wrong side, and that will make your work neat. Don't make that mistake of putting it on the right side. All right, I want to give you the proper ironing now. Guys, we're still on. We now want to give it, my iron is hot now. Make sure you're using a very hot iron so that it will stay. It will stay. Give it a proper ironing. If you're ironing, is hot. Your iron need to be very hot so that it's going to stay. It's going to stay. That is the thing. You see, it is sticking. It's sticking. So when your iron is hot, it makes it stay, and make sure that it's is smooth. Iron it properly. Make sure that it stay. So you can turn it. You turn the front side and stay iron it so that it can align properly. Align properly. The beauty of sewing is ironing. The beauty, whether you're using the charcoal iron or you're using the normal electric iron, is fine as far as it's okay by you. The beauty of sewing is ironing. As you're sewing, you are ironing. It makes your work to be very neat. You see, I'm separating it now because I gummed the two together. I gummed the two together. So once you are done, you can trim. You can trim the excesses. Trim the excess. Trim the excess. You can see. You trim the excess so that your work will be neat. Trimming makes your work neat. You see, I just gummed it. It's thicker now. You can feel it. You can feel it. This is the second one. I also need to make it lap very well. Remember, I told us that when you iron your material very well, it makes your work neat. So guys, you can see that I have ironed, folded one part of it. This one too, I have folded one part of it. So when you want to fix it on your placket, it's going to be this way. You can see it's going to be like this. So this side will be at the center. It's going to be this way. So you sew straight down at the center where the major placket will be at the middle side of it. Look at what I'm saying. This both side here. Can you see it? That is it. So guys, I'm done with the curtains. I'm done with the curtains. So please, if you like our work, please do give us a thumbs up, share, and remember, if you have not subscribed, please try to subscribe. Thank you very much. When we are done, we are going to see you the outcome. See you in the next video. Thank you.